Kashiruku, kutruku, truku, tru. Dakatrakaishi. So today we're going to talk all things manifestation and an audit. So we're going to audit your frequencies around your manifestations. Sharakahakatrakashi. So my name is Melissa Bates, and I have been co-creating with Frequency consciously for the last 5 years. Shakatrakashi. And what I have noticed is that when I'm really aware of what frequency and vibration that I'm cultivating with, co-creating with, my manifestations, my timelines shift at a higher capacity. And one of the biggest things is just really being clear with yourself. And what comes through is like, open the door, open the window, see what you're really co-creating with, see what you're really manifesting with. So today I'm going to teach you how to audit your manifestations. Number one, pick a manifestation. So it could be Shakatarakai manifesting money, manifesting a home, manifesting travel, whatever it is. Pick a manifestation that you're desiring to call in this moment, and we're going to do a beautiful audit around it. Shahakatarakashi. So I'm going to give you an example. And yesterday, when I did the Lion's Gate, we did 100K. So I'm going to stick with that example so that it's easy and cohesive. Shahakatarakashi. Hold on 1 minute. Okay. Hello, my loves. Hello. All right, so pick your manifestation. If you feel called to it, drop it in the comments, drop it here live. So we're going to do the example of 100K. Take your manifestation, see it visually, and then place it in your heart. Boom. So that 100K right in your heart. If you're manifesting 100K, then you have a beautiful divine example for yourself. If you're manifesting a home, travel, car, business, clients, see that coming in your heart. And then you're going to simply say out loud, I am open to receive the 100K right in this now moment and always something better. So you're setting an intention, right? You're starting with that beautiful intention. I am open to receive. You can say, I'm open to receive. I open my heart to receive. And now we're going to go through every single one of our beautiful divine chakras. So we're going to start with the root chakra. I open my root chakra to receive $100,000. We'll say instantly and effortlessly. Boom, right? We're going to go up to that sacral. I open my sacral to receive $100,000 and always something better, instantly, effortlessly. Boom, right? We're getting your energy actively ready to be a frequency match and embodiment of it. Next one, going up into that solar plex. I am open to receive $100,000 and always something better, instantly and effortlessly. Boom, 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 right? Going up to that heart chakra. I am open to receive $100,000 and always something better, instantly and effortlessly. Boom, 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 boom. Right? Opening up that energy. We're opening up the energy to receive it, right? Because your manifestation is a frequency, is an energy. And the more that we align and connect to it, the more that we can instantly receive it. So going up to that throat chakra, I open my throat chakra to receive $100,000 and always something better, instantly and effortlessly. Boom, 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 boom. Going up into that third eye, I open my third eye to receive $100,000 and always something better, instantly and effortlessly. Boom, boom, boom. So you might notice that I'm snapping and bringing in light language to also co-create with your energy field to open them up with light. So when I'm snapping, I'm bringing in more light. And then we go up to our crown chakra. I open my crown chakra to receive $100,000 and always something better, instantly and effortlessly. Boom, boom, boom. Ooh, right? Moving that energy. Really opening up that energy. Ooh, some beautiful dragons coming in. So, number one with manifestation, a beautiful audit, you want to make sure that you're actively opening all of your energy centers to be ready and prepared to receive. Okay. Number two, this is where we get to go a little bit deeper. So you set your intention. Now you're going to go into the questioning of yourself. And we're going to focus on your mind, conscious, subconscious, your inner child, your ego, and your nervous system, more so your body. So let's start with your inner child. Inner child, and you can ask your inner child, hello, beautiful soul. You can ask your inner child. We're auditing your manifestations to help you open them up. So we're going to start with your inner child. So you can bring forward your manifestation and you can ask, inner child, are you open to receive this? Right? So we're using the example of $100,000 instantly, effortlessly, and always something better. Inner child, are you open to receive $100,000 right in this moment? Right? And you want to say right in this moment because your inner child is like, yeah, 5 years down the line, I'm totally open, but right now I'm not. Right? So you want to make sure that you say right in this moment. So ask your inner child, whatever your manifestation is, inner child, are you open to receive, we're using the example, $100,000 instantly and effortlessly right in this moment? Yes or no? It's simply a yes or no question. So, hello, my love. Hello, hello, hello. So, you basically just want to take, at this point, we're not going to go into any reprogramming. So if you have paper next to you or you just want to, mentally remember it. Okay, my inner child, she said, what did she say? Yes or no, right? Okay, now we're going to go to the ego. Bring your manifestation again. Ego, are you open to receive $100,000 instantly and effortlessly right now, right in this moment? Yes or no? And listen. And then take note. Write it down. Is it a yes or is it a no? Then we're going to go. I have little notes on my side over here. We're going to go to our body. And our body, we're going to focus on our nervous system because our nervous system holds the capacity of what we can receive, right? So bring your manifestation in, whatever it is, whatever you're calling it in. Is it the home? Is it the car? Is it the travel? Is it the money? Is it clients? Whatever it is, bring it forward. So you're just going to ask yourself, and today I'm using 100K as an example for everyone. So divine body, nervous system. Divine nervous system. Are you open to receive $100,000 instantly right now? You want to make sure we say right now. And you're just going to feel what comes through. Is it a yes or is it a no? And just listen. And you can feel it with your body. If your body's like, whoo, then it's a yes. If your body's like, whoo, then it's a no, right? So you can audibly hear it or you can feel it. Or sometimes your body will give you cues like no or yes. Hello, hello, beautiful soul. So we're just playing with auditing our manifestations and allowing ourselves to really understand the process of receiving them at a higher capacity. Okay, so now we're going to go into the subconscious mind. Same thing. Bring your manifestation forward. Subconscious, are you open to receive $100,000 right in this now moment, right here, right now, instantly, effortlessly, right? And listen. Ooh, you're shifting some energy. Hello, beautiful soul. Just shifting some divine energy. Beautiful. Make a note of it. Now go into your conscious mind. Conscious mind. Are you open? Bring your manifestation forward. Are you open to receive $100,000 instantly and effortlessly right now, right in this moment? Yes or no? Listen or feel. Listen to what comes down. Feel what's in your body. Right? So we want to take note because a lot of times it's like, well, I'm doing this and I'm doing this, but nothing's happening. And it's because your whole being is asking you to go deeper, right? Your whole being is asking you to become a master at your manifestations. And the way that you master your manifestations is you master your energy, right? So let me see. We'll make sure we did all of them. Okay. So now, whew, you can kind of tune in. Did I have more yeses? Did I have more nos? Right? And either way, it doesn't matter. Because either way, if you have any no's, that's where you want to recode yourself. That's where you want to really become an energy frequency match, right? So, for example, say if you had a no on your inner child, that means your inner child, between you and that manifestation, there's something that your inner child does not feel 100% safe with, right? So you can ask your inner child, why don't you feel safe receiving bink, bink, bink? And listen, it could be like, whoa, that's too much responsibility. Or I've never done that before. I've never seen anyone do that before. Is that even available for me? Right? So for me at this point, holding a session for someone or teaching someone through this, I would teach them how to elevate their inner child to become one with the frequency that they desire. This is what I use with light language. Light language is a beautiful, divine daily use that you can use to really cultivate and embody your manifestations, right? So, for example, if my inner child was like, Melissa, no, I'm not available, then I would literally go, okay, let me bring in my light language and let's recode my inner child so that she is 100% available to receive that right here, right now. So then I would go through everything, the ego, the inner child, the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, the nervous system, and I would quote them all with light language so that I am now a frequency match, right? And I would do this activity for the next 10 days. So every day I would check in, boom, 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 boom. Maybe I have 2 no's, 3 yeses, right? The next day I have 4 yeses, 1 no. The next day I have 4 yeses, 1 no. The next day I have 4 yeses, 1 no, right? I'm going to keep reprogramming that no until they're all yeses. And then what happens when they're all yeses? You're an embodiment of what you desire and your manifestations come instantly. And that's the power of, using coded word, spoken word, light codes to become a master of your manifestations, right? When we Shakatara Kaishi, what comes through is you were placed on this earth to take part in the collective ascension. So, universe, God, source, however you see the higher power, is not here to make your life hard or complicated, right? The universe is continuously sending you the most high vibrational signals and books and experiences so that you can remember that you are a powerful divine being of light that has access to this coding. I call them creation codes. That's what I channeled through. Creation codes. And I'm calling it the creation codes codex, right? It's understanding the codex of who you are and what you have to create your next level reality and really expand. So take a deep breath in, my loves. And when I say this, is there any questions coming up for you? Is there anything that you're like, Melissa, I've tried to manifest things over and over and over, but there's just something inside of me that's not allowing it to be, right? If you have a question, feel free to drop it in the chat. If you're watching this on a replay, feel free to just drop it in the comments as well. Or feel free to send me a DM and just let me know, hey, I just listened to your manifestation audit. This is the question that came up for me so that I know where you're coming from, because obviously we know I have a lot of content up. So after you've done that beautiful divine audit and you're opening up this, it's like the shadows, right? A lot of what keeps our manifestations away are the shadows. When we're asking, all parts of us to reveal, we're bringing the shadows to the light. So if we're getting a no continuously over and over, there's a part of our shadow self that's like, whoa, 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 I am not available. What program are you talking about? What program am I talking about? Okay, I'm going to answer this 2 ways. What program am I talking about? If you're asking, where do I teach this? I teach this in Raise Your Financial Frequency. And what program are you talking about? Beyond that, on just an individual level, I'm talking about the programs that, are passed down ancestrally or you picked up in this lifetime. You're connecting with those programs to make sure that you're opening up the space to know what's running in your field, right? So I like to explain it as a computer. Right? So you open up your computer and everything's working. You can download, you can listen to music, you can do all the things. Safari's working, Google's working, everything, right? One day you open up your computer and then all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, I can't download anything. My computer's full, nothing's working. Holy shit, right? Shakadara. This is where you know, okay, I'm actively being called to upgrade my computer. I'm actively being called to upgrade my system. This is the same thing with your manifestations or your desires. You keep manifesting, but nothing's working out, nothing's coming forward, or it comes forward one time and then 3 months later, your next manifestation comes in, right? It's just calling your beautiful divine system to upgrade and expand. So feel free to clarify your question, Sandrine, and then I can go deeper into that. And thank you for asking that beautiful question. If you are in a position where you absolutely need to make a certain amount by a certain time, how to stay in the belief of it showing up and not fall into lack and scarcity. Okay, so this is one that it's going to invite you to play. It's going to invite you to remember, right? It's so good. I love it. It's going to invite you to remember that this is a simulation, right? We are powerful being of light here on earth. So this is where you're in the current position, but you want to remove yourself from the situation and you want to ask for the bigger picture. So what I like to do is I say, God, how do you see this? Soul, how do you see this? If you're working with calling in money, how do you see this, right? Angels, how do you see this? Let me see the bigger picture. And something else that you can do is, tapping into, okay, I have food, I have shelter, I have this, I have this, I have this, I have this. I'm safe. I'm safe. I'm safe. So you want to remind your nervous system, number one, you're safe, right? You want to tap into that safety. And then the next thing, going back to that simulation, okay, I'm a powerful being of light. I have access to everything that I require and I desire. In this now moment, I'm calling in a certain amount. Then you go back to that audit. Inner child, are you open? Ego, are you open? Conscious mind, subconscious mind, are you open? Right? Nervous system, are you open? You want to make sure that this is all open to receive that certain amount. You want to say, okay, today's the 9th. So maybe you're calling in money by the 12th. Okay. Is every part of me open to receive this money by the 12th? No, there's 2 parts only open, right? So then you want to go back to those parts. And if you're not attuned to light language, you can do it through affirmation. You can do it through EFT tapping. You can do it through you can do it through sitting and having a long form conversation with those parts of you that are not available to bring in the money or bring in the clients or bring in, whatever you're manifesting in that certain time. Bring in the home, bring in the travel, whatever it is. It's getting all parts of you on board energetically, right? Because our soul is a master, but we're living the human soul experience. So it's allowing our soul to be so embodied within, right? And we did this recently at Dancing with the Divine in Canada. We called in our soul to really become that solidified self, right? Because when you work and co-create more with your soul, you're going to come from a place of overflow. So those are some ways that you can really allow yourself to co-create with manifestations on a certain time. And then the last piece to this is the fun part. Oh my God. God, wouldn't it be so fun to manifest this by August 12th, 2025? Like, oh my God, let me feel how that would feel. Ooh, that would feel so good. And as I manifested, I would do this, I would do this, I would do this, I would do this, right? And that's you getting into the frequency of already having it. That's one of my favorite things to do is coding your reality with the frequencies that already exist, the timelines that already exist, and being able to smash those together so that you quantum leap and quantum jump. Of course, of course, of course. I like to be detailed. I like to be detailed because y'all, in 2020, I had no idea what this was. I didn't know what light language was, quantum healing, frequency, vibration. Like I didn't grow up studying this, right? So for me to learn and attune to this, it took me doing deeper inner work, reading, coaches, mentors, guides, all the things. And it's 88 on my computer battery, which welcome to the abundance, right? Welcome to that beautiful 88 portal that is still open to the 12th. So we're still getting that juice from it. And then today we have a divine moon, right? Shohaku Hatara Kaishi. So let's take one more deep breath in. And we're going to go a little bit further, right? We're going to go even deeper. So we're going to bring in the soul piece. And also, if this is something that you would love to attune to, I'll be teaching this and more of this in Raise Your Financial Frequency. I'll be teaching you light language in there, and I'll be teaching you light language to obviously program yourself, recode yourself, and if you have clients, to also work with them. Very interesting. Yes. Good. I'm glad you like it. So that next part is the soul, right? So the soul, you know, when we think of manifestations on a human level, our souls think of them differently, right? So if we are manifesting a home on the human level, on the soul level, we're manifesting space to grow, to evolve, to surrender, to upgrade, right? If we're manifesting money on a human level, we're manifesting money to take care of this, pay the bills, this. On a soul level, we're manifesting freedom, overflow, access to all that we desire, right? So when you're manifesting, it's not just about the human experience, bring in the soul experience. Understand why you're being called to manifest the healing center or the car or the home or the money or the clients, right? Or the higher level impact or writing the book or finding your truth, right? Take time to sit with your soul and ask, well, why am I really manifesting this? Right? Because this is going to take you out of the matrix programming and this is going to take you into the soul experience, right? Why am I really manifesting this? And this is something that truly collapsed time for me in 2021, I want to say. I feel like 2021, well, obviously it was COVID, y'all. 2020, 2021 was like, so something that really, really helped me was going beyond my human existence and really tapping into the desires of my soul on a manifestation level. Well, what would this really do on a soul level? Let me feel into it, right? And then when I would feel into it even deeper, I started to have this idea of like, it's this or always something better, right? And this also, when I started healing my inner child and we started looking at reality together and seeing all that was available for us together, I was like, wait, why did I never manifest this? Why did I never call this in? Why did I never allow myself to attune to this? Like, what was really holding me back? And it was because I had my blinders on, right? I had my blinders on. This is how you grew up. This is how you were raised. This is how much money you're able to make. This is where you stay, right? But then I saw other people taking their blinders off. And I was like, but I want to take my blinders off too. I want to see what else is out there. I want to experience more, right? And I want to say, one of my first very high level manifestations was when I graduated university, and I had never been on a plane before. But there was something inside of me that said, Melissa, after you graduate, you're going to Italy. And everything that in my life pointed to, heck no, that's not going to happen. But something inside of me was like, heck yes, that's going to happen. And it did happen. And I was able to stay in Italy for about 3.5 months, which was amazing because I did an internship. So that gave me my first taste of really high vibrational travel. And then after that, I was soaring. Any time I could go travel, I would just travel because it was unlocked, right? So that manifestation on a human level, I just wanted to go to Europe. But on the soul level, I wanted to unlock my gift of co-creating with different grid systems, right? Back in the day, I was doing grid work. I didn't know I was doing grid work, but I was when I was traveling to Italy and Paris and the UK and, living in Korea and going here and there and there. I was already doing so much on a soul level, but I just didn't understand it. But now, since, we're conscious and we're waking up to our next level, we really become the master of our creation codex. The master of our creation codex is spoken frequency. The master of our creation codex is the soul attribute. And the next level is combining the human soul experience, right? And then the next level is knowing that it is a simulation and we're on earth and we're kind of playing a game and it's not so serious, but it is serious, right? Not so serious. But to our human self, our inner child, our nervous system is like freaking out. So the last part is mastering all of those together and creating a conscious vessel that understands the whole aspect of the reality that we're living in, that understands our manifestation, our creation power, that understands that, every moment is just a piece of our puzzle. And if we're missing a piece, then we can call it forward, especially with frequency and light codes, right? So if let's look at what we did in the beginning, right? I gave the example of manifesting $100,000 instantly. So if your ego's yes, your conscious is yes, your subconscious is yes, your nervous system is yes, but your inner child is no, then that's a missing, I don't want to say it's a missing puzzle. It's a puzzle that has not been unlocked or opened yet, right? And when you use light codes, light language, Chakra Kaishi, you're able to access those dormant codes, unlock that frequency, and get the damn piece to master your puzzle, right? I've been teaching codes probably in 2021, I started teaching codes, light language, light codes, frequency, quantum healing. And as I've grown and evolved, my codex has grown and evolved. In 2021, I necessarily wouldn't be teaching this because the collective wasn't ready to fully go deep into this. But now, since the collective has unlocked a lot of the puzzles, right, I'm able to teach my codex at a higher level. More codexes open for me to teach and guide. So this is my reminder to you that as a master of energy here on earth, one of the first things that you want to do is master your own personal light codes. You can think of it as light language. You can think of it as frequency. You can think of it as your soul dialect, whatever it is. I'm just inviting you to master it. Because when you master it, you're going to be able to master your codex of creation, master your manifestations, master the stability in your life. If your timelines feel wonky, then you go in with your codex, your light codes, and you code your timelines, right? If you're ready to elevate your business, if you're ready to elevate your love life, ready to elevate yourself, you code that, right? We are, it's like we're our own computer programmers, like, right? We've all studied coding on a soul level, right? It might look differently to the actual computer coding, but we have studied coding so deeply so that we can be masters of all time and space, which is really phenomenal. So let me know. I've been chit-chatting for a while. Let me know if you have any questions that are coming up for you just by me sharing this, codex, sharing this information, sharing this guidance. And once again, if you want to come in and learn your codes, your soul dialect, your frequency, make sure to jump into Raise Your Financial Frequency. Our call on the 12th, Tuesday, we have calls on Tuesdays. Every other Tuesday we have calls. We have, we have 6 calls that are up right now. So we have 6 calls. And next Tuesday, we're going to be learning our soul dialect, our soul light language. And then I'm going to be teaching you a deeper process of learning how to code your reality. And then once again, if you're a coach, teaching this to others, right? There's many levels of light language and your coded frequency, but I'm teaching you in a way that is going to help you immediately, instantly. And then if you feel like you are desiring to teach this, I'm also inviting you to teach this as well, because we need more master coders in the world. We need more individuals that are ready to code with frequency and light, right? A lot of us are grid workers. So when I go to Bali, because that's where I go mostly, when I go to Bali, I'm using my light language to code the grids. So take a deep breath in and let it go. And what I would love to ask you, if you're able to jump in, and if you're watching the replay, feel free to drop it in the comments. When I'm speaking to you about you being able to code your reality, how does that feel? Does it feel like, whoa, 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 I can't do that? Or does it feel like that feels pretty damn good? Like, connect with that piece. What does it feel like to you? Some beautiful dragons coming in. It feels powerful, right? Yeah, because this is something that I like to teach and guide. No matter if you come to me, you do a one-to-one with me, you jump in my program, whatever it is, I'm always going to remind you that you are the most powerful being of light, right? That's very important. And I feel like in this world, this is very important to share, right? Because it's so easy for us to be out of our power, right? And I'm all for going to my healer and having healing sessions, because I'm not about doing it all myself, but it's knowing that, 24 hours a day, I'm pretty much with myself. So let me become a master of my energy. Let me become a master of my life, a master of my frequency, right? It feels like an interesting new concept, right? I love that. It feels like an interesting new concept. And I think it's just because, a lot of times when we hear quantum healing or light language or Reiki, it's like, oh, I don't want to do that. That's not for me. But in all reality, it is for you, because you are a master of energy and frequency. So even if you use it just for yourself, you're better off, right? Because you're walking with yourself 24 hours a day. And if there's something that you desire, there's something you desire to move through, you have the tools, right? Feels like I know for a fact it's possible and even already realized, but I'm stuck on a parallel timeline in which I can't access it, but I can feel it and see it from the outside looking in. Oh, I love that. That's powerful. Thank you for saying that. So this is what I'll give you for that. This was the same for me when I told God I have too much sunshine, and I started demanding for God to show me who I was. I just surrendered, right? So just surrender. I surrendered to knowing I'm a master creator. I surrendered to knowing that I am a master of frequency and energy. I surrender to not only knowing it, but embodying it and being it and existing as it. I surrender to being that light in the world. I surrender, right? Just continuously surrender to meeting that version of you, because that version of you already exists, right? Boom, you collapse time. That version of me, between not knowing what the heck light language was and then going, right? Love my sounds. I just jumped a parallel timeline. That's what I did. That's all I did. I said, hey, I want to meet that version of me that is in her soul truth. Lift me up. Beam me up, Scotty. Right? Let's go. Um, very strange. I've been feeling like this for many months about everything in my life, not just light language. Well, that's powerful. It's like that just means that your aspect of self is saying, wake up, 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 right? Parts of our journey, they become uncomfortable so that we can wake up and remember, right? And we get to actively choose and acknowledge, right? You meet yourself with love. You meet all the things that feel very strange right now. This feels very strange to me. I meet this with love. I'm ready to remember my next level. I'm ready to remember and ignite my next quantum leap. I'm ready to remember. I'm ready to remember. I'm ready to remember, right? It's just a process of remembrance. And the more that you ask for it, the more that all the beautiful divine beings of light can help you code it in your reality. And then you wake up one morning and you're like, oh, I've shifted. because everything feels really clear. And I've experienced it. I've experienced going really high up, frequency rise, and then dropping my butt right back down. And the thing is, when I was really high up, oh, the world, it was my oyster. And then I dropped smack back down, and I could barely see anything that was in front of me, right? But God did a very good job of going, oh, I'm going to send this through her friend and send this through her coach and send this 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 because right now she can't see it. And then when I said, nope, I want to go back up, right? I started doing my frequency work, my light language, my quantum healing, my meditation. And then my conscious opened and opened and opened more. So then I was like, oh, holy, whoa, I have so many opportunities, right? That's our conscious. Your conscious is here or it's here, right? It's here, it's moving, it's moving, it's moving. Every time it moves, you're going to see your situation differently, right? And then later down the line, maybe 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, you're going to meet someone that's in the same, predicament that you were 6 months ago and you see it so damn clearly, right? And they're just like, oh, I have no idea what to do. And then you're like, oh, well, maybe they're asking for your guidance. And you're like, I got you, right? It's the same thing. Coaches, guides, mentors. That's why I started hiring mentors. And I'm going to tell you this, I like to be very open. When I first started my business, I was really holding that identity. I don't need a coach. I'm not paying anyone any money. I'm going to create my own success. But I was in that consciousness that was, narrow. And I surrendered. And I said, hey, God, lead me, show me, guide me. Lead me, show me, guide me. So what did God do? God brought amazing mentors into my life that helped me remove the blinders to see beyond, right? And I saw it before I hired them. I saw it just by them living their life. And I was like, whoa, that's pretty freaking cool, right? So by me just viewing and acknowledging that's pretty cool, it started coming away and falling away and falling away and falling away. And then I was ready to see a bigger version for myself and my business. And then I was ready to go, hey, you actually have been through this before. Help me, guide me, lead me, right? So it's important to know that everything, the word that comes through is orchestrated for you, right? Your symphony is playing no matter what, right? And as you allow this orchestration to happen, you're not just being thrown in a washing machine and they're hitting the cycle button and you're just going around and around. It's going, whoo, wait, let me come back. Let me remember. I am also in charge of this. Hello, beautiful soul. Hello, my love. You come back and come back to your power. You come back to the remembrance. You come back to, I am a guide. I am a leader. I'm an energy being of light. I'm a master here on earth. I have all the tools that I require inside of me. Right now, I know I have more tools than I can see. I choose to remember the tools that I have. Lead me, show me, guide me. I surrender. I receive them. I'm open to them, right? If you already practice light language, but you don't practice it a lot, I'm ready to master light language for myself first. And then after mastering it for myself, if I choose to help other people, then I'm 100% okay with that. But right now, I just want to master it for myself to create a different reality for myself. That's okay, right? Before I started studying light language or quantum healing, I was, going into sessions with mentors and guides, and I saw my life and my business shift rapidly. And then that's when I was like, okay, God, I want to do this. I want to jump into this. This feels really good, right? So just always know wherever you are, it's just like wherever you are and wherever you desire to go, it's just a remembrance right here. Right? Okay, take a deep breath in. Let it go. So I am a master of frequency. And this is something that over time, I allowed myself to come to terms with. When I first started doing this, I didn't feel worthy of the channeling and connecting to Sophia Christ consciousness. I did not feel worthy. I didn't feel worthy. But I had these beautiful reminders, and one of the big reminders was my spirit team came through and they said, "Do you know like how amazing it is for us to co-create with you on earth?" Right? Because if us on earth as vessels say nope, then all this information is just hanging out, right? And it's not getting to the beautiful souls on earth. So just as I was like, "Oh, can I co-create with you?" The energy, the consciousness of light was like, "Yes, please. Yes, please, please, please." Right? So this is another remembrance that who you are in existence is a master puzzle to the collective ascension. It's a master puzzle. Some of you are here to be coaches, guides, mentors. Some of you are here just to um, bring in high quality of light on earth. Your puzzle, the piece that you bring to the puzzle, is more expansive than you'll ever know, right? But the more that we allow ourselves to remember, whew, and I feel some of you remembering right now, which is so freaking cool. The more that you allow yourself to remember, the more you have access to. So before you go to sleep at night, Divine God Source Universe of all there is, I 100% allow myself to remember who I am on a mind, body, soul, and cellular level. And so it is. Just a simple prayer. And by you saying that, you're giving your divine team the yellow light, the green light, the gold light to help you release those layers that are saying, no, it's not safe to remember. No, it's not safe to be in your power. No one's going to pay you for that. Right? And then you're going to wake up and you're going to say, oh my God, why have I not launched my retreat yet? Why have I not started my book yet? Why have I not put my book out to read yet? Right? Why have I not promoted my services? Right? You're going to wake up and go, what was I waiting for? Because your new level of remembrance collapsed time and you quantum leaped. And it's really interesting because, when we think of quantum leap, we're like, oh, it's that big quantum leap. But we are always quantum leaping. And it's not always like this. Sometimes it's like boom, 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 boom. And when we embody that frequency to hold that new timeline, we stay there. Same thing with the manifestations. When we embody that manifestation, it allows us to stay there. Beautiful. So, what's coming up for you if you're watching the replay? Drop it in the comments. What's coming up for you? I would love to know what type of remembrance you're having, what type of connection you're having. Hello, beautiful soul. Also, if you want to do more of this divine work, I'm doing a beautiful three-day, 2-night weekend in Joshua Tree. We're going to go deeper into this remembrance, but along the lines of magnetic codes, the art of receiving. So we're going to teach you to really open up and be more receptive to what you desire to experience. And it's going to be delicious and lovely. There's still some spots left in that. And then I'm having one in Hawaii, next year in April. It's the same retreat, just different location. So the Joshua retreat is October 24th through the 26th. And then the Hawaii retreat is April 6th through the 8th, I believe. And the price for Joshua retreat is $555. And then the retreat in Hawaii is $777. So yes, if you have any questions on the retreat, definitely just let me know. There's some spots available. I literally said it was overwhelming to be a seer and I didn't want it. Then got into a car accident that week, very minor. I feel like I'm being pushed to lean into it and release fear. Yes, 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 yes. And it works both ways. If you're saying, oh my God, it's so overwhelming, then it's let me call in something to take my mind away from this, right? So we do it in both ways. Is housing included for the Joshua retreat? Yes, housing is included for the Joshua retreat. For the Hawaii retreat is not included, but the Joshua retreat for 555, housing included, food included, upgrades, sound healings, tea ceremonies, all the things. Yeah, so it's all included, which is amazing. I don't know. I've been to Joshua Tree 3 times at this point, and I think it's a beautiful vortex. I think that Shahakatarakai, Hikatarakai, for nervous system work, Joshua Tree is perfect. So my a big part of the retreat is nervous system work because in order to receive, our nervous system gets to be regulated. So for these retreats, I'm really, really picking very earthly. Obviously, when I mean earthly, I mean open nature places. So Hawaii, Joshua Tree. Yeah. So yeah, if you have questions on that, feel free to jump on the page. And then if you have deeper questions, feel free to just send me a message as well. But yes, I would love to have you. If you would love to lean into a beautiful weekend, Shahakatara Kaishi. So going back to that is make sure that, as you're saying things, let me give you a little example. Oh my God, it feels overwhelming to be this, but I am 100% open to see who I am with ease and grace. Not speedy, little by little, right? If you want more of a slower path, then ask for it. Slow it down, make it easy, right? But if you're like me, you're like, show me, lead me, guide me, do it, right? And I feel like that's why I was able to elevate so quickly, is because I just went in. Um, but I felt very safe to go in, and I had a very beautiful team, um, you know, in the ethereal realms as well as in the physical realms. One of my mentors that I still see to this day, I felt so safe with her that it gave me the opportunity to not be so fearful about the unknown, because I just saw her being so confident, and I saw so many people being so confident in what I did. It gave me that freedom to go, okay, this is safe. This is safe. Yeah. So, you know, just be aware of your words. Be aware of your words, your thoughts, and when I came to know that I was here to speak light language and do quantum healing, it felt like I was missing something, and that's why I think I fell in love with it. And then the next piece is, because I have a lot of people that ask me this, like, didn't you feel weird speaking it, uncomfortable? And I was like, actually, no. I feel like I completely skipped that spot because I was so enamored by how it shifted my life and my business. And then once I brought it to my community and I saw people that I knew shifting, I saw people that I had never ever met shifting like crazy, there was nothing inside of me that says, oh, we need to stop. It was like, no, we need to go, 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 make more opportunities for beautiful people to rise, ascend, and find themselves and remember, right? Um, so sometimes it's just coming back to that soul connection of, well, why am I here to do this? Why am I here to be a trans channel? Why am I here to write books? Why am I here to hold retreats? Why am I here to, have clients? And why am I here to start a spiritual business, right? What inside of me, really feels safe to mentor people? What inside of me feels safe to talk about frequency and manifestation and, whatever it is, copy and paste, whatever it is that you do, and coming back to your soul and getting those beautiful answers and allowing them to connect to you, right? And then all the things that we go through in life, one, they start to make more sense, right? When I, going through my life and then coming up and finding out that I had a codex to teach all about money and abundance, I was like, well, fuck. Okay, my life totally makes sense now. My soul was like, you need to learn everything about money, the experience, the deep experience of it, not having it, right? So then when you go out and teach it, it's like, boom, you're not just teaching it from an embodied state, like an unembodied state. You're teaching it from the embodiment. As coach, guides, mentors, we're here to teach from the embodied state, right? Okay. So Any last questions? And this can be a personal question. If you have a personal question on your journey, drop it in the chat, drop it in the comments. I'm going to do a beautiful little transmission, and this is a transmission just to help you remember, and it's very gentle, right? It's not like boom, who am I, right? And I've had those upgrades. I've said this before. I think I did a live before, but when I was in Bali, one night I did a quantum leap like crazy, that I literally woke up in the middle of the night and I was like, who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Who am like I was literally like, who am I? And of course I came back. It was like maybe five to 10 minutes like to regulate. But I was just like I had quantum leaped so much that it took some time to just remember that. So all the different pieces of our puzzle. All right, let's do this beautiful divine remembrance, and your soul and your sovereign higher self is going to take exactly what you require in this moment. Sharakohoka atra akanikia mu otrak akianarak akaiko atra amatra amatraya ka traya katra 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 katra. Take a deep breath into that heart. And you can just simply say out loud, I choose to remember my divine soul path. If you want to go to the next level, I choose to remember my highest level divine soul path. Yeah. Okay. Do you think people need to be single in order to ascend? Single, meaning no partnership. I do not. But this comes up very often, and I feel like I have these conversations very often with people. Usually in a partnership, if it feels like you are actively being pulled down, it's because that partner's not doing the work. And then that just makes your ascension process a bit more, let's say the word, team, give me a word, slow pace, right? So no, you do not have to be single to ascend. It's easier in a partnership when both partners are doing the work to ascend. You can still ascend with a partner that's not doing any work, but you might get to a point where you truly see a higher vision of yourself and that partner's not seeing that. And that's where the universe tends to go, hey, this isn't working out for you. I see what you're manifesting. I feel it. And now I'm giving you that push, that initiation to go, is this my person? Right? And it doesn't mean that sometimes a lot of things, especially in the twin flame circuit, a lot of times twin flames will, separate and come back. They'll separate, do their work, and come back together, right? And then other times, you're just with partners that are not for your highest level ascension, and you'll separate and you can still do the work and come back together. And then there's times where you separate and both of you find you're both choosing different paths. So then you just go your different ways, right? And I know I say that so like monotone, but there's obviously the human emotion inside of that. But I'm here to I'm here to channel, you know, from the space of, the piece of the puzzle, right? To it's not about what they're saying is sometimes it's disconnecting that emotion, right? Coming back and taking a step back of what is my legacy in this lifetime? And then going back to that relationship and going, is this going to help my legacy move forward? So, it's coming to that current situation on a multi-dimensional level. So very to answer your question in simple terms, you do not need to be single, but those are some things that you might feel along the way, potentially with a partner that is, doing the work, and potentially with a partner that's not doing the work. And it's very common. I just literally sat with a beautiful soul over the weekend going, oh man, I know it to be true. Yeah. Yeah, if you have a deeper question on that, feel free to drop it in. Yeah. I mean, shahaku hatriki niki hakodraka shu 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 shu. Shahakadraka hakadraka shu 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 shu. A lot of times when you come into partnership, every partnership is for a reason. They're mirrors of each other. So some partnerships will help you ascend massively, and some partnerships will keep you in a loop, right? They're known as like the karmic relationships, to help you learn, to help you really learn the lessons that you came here to learn, right? You'll call those in, right? If your soul's like, I really need to learn this damn lesson, then you can actually call in those karmic partners to learn it at a deeper level, like boom in the face. Not so aggressively. Oh my gosh, I love you so much. I love you, I love you, I love you. Beautiful soul. I love you, love you, love you. So yeah, that's just from some beautiful divine food for thought. Everyone's on their own path. Everyone makes their own, intuitive decisions. No matter if you see a healer, guide, intuitive, psychic, whatever it is, this is your journey. So you make your choice. You know the experience that you want to have, right? And go deeper into your soul. Soul, how do you view this experience right now? Soul, ask your soul. Soul, would it be better to be single to ascend right now? Your soul will give you that answer like that. Boom. And then it's your choice to follow and lead out with, what your soul is ready to experience. Take one more deep breath in. Let it go. Yes. So, for my beautiful souls, there's just a channel that wants to come through. And what comes through is like, remember that creation is the highest priority here on earth, right? You're creating with people, you're creating with frequency, with energy, with light codes, with food, with Mother Earth. You're always in creation, but it's coming to that space of, if I'm painting a beautiful picture that I want to be yellow, light, and bright, I'm not going to pull in dark black paint, right? So it's like, I'm not going to pull in a navy blue when I know that I want my painting to be so bright, right? So it's just being more aware with what frequencies you're co creating with to live out your next level timelines. Let me see. I think we are complete. So once again, if you want to join me for those beautiful retreats, feel free to message me. And then if you want to learn more about, becoming the master of your frequency, Shaka Kaishi, make sure to check out Raise Your Financial Frequency, because I'm going to be teaching all things light language, all things mastering your money frequency. And then from mastering your money frequency, you can, take that and put any zone of your life that you want to master into copy and paste. Yeah. So I love you. Thank you for hanging out with me. If you have any more questions or comments, feel free to send me a DM, Instagram, obviously, Melissa B. Bates _, and then let it all settle in. If you feel like you desire to come back and watch the transmission again, watch it, receive it, because you will receive something differently the next time you watch it. Because right now, your consciousness is right here. Next time, it's going to be a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger. And there's so many times where I have literally watched my mentorships container calls, and I'm like, when did my mentor say that? When did she say that? When did she say that? And I think it's kind of fun, because it's just, you can tell that you're like, oh, I'm ready to hear that now, right? So thank you for receiving, my beautiful divine beings of light. I love you all. I hope you have the most amazing rest of your weekend, and nourish yourself, take care of yourself, and remember that you are legendary, you are powerful, you are, what comes through is God's given choice on this earth, which always means that you have a codex to change humanity. You have a codex to change your life. You have a codex to change humanity. So that's just a little food for thought. Okay. Mwah. I love you. Bye, my loves. And for my beautiful souls on YouTube, thank you for hanging out. If you have any questions that came up for you as you were watching this, make sure to drop them down below. And if you're interested in the Joshua retreat, the Hawaii retreat, and or Raise Your Financial Frequency program, all in the show notes as well. And thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for allowing this beautiful frequency co-creation together. Take exactly what you require and allow yourself to soar, rise, evolve. Mwah. Love you, love you, love you. Bye, my loves. Shahoka haka nakaishi. Roko haka naraka akadarashi miki.